If you want to maximize your time at EPCOT and do more eating, drinking, riding, eating, learning, eating, and eating around the world, then you want to watch this video, because I'm going to break down the best and worst days to visit EPCOT. I've looked at years of crowd data at Disney World and I've identified some trends. Just like how the parks have busy seasons like the holidays and slow seasons like when it's hotter than the surface of the sun in September, each day of the week, on average, has its own crowd patterns. In my last video, I shared the least and most crowded days at Magic Kingdom based on 4 years of wait time data from thrillddata.com. And in this video, I'm going to do the same for my personal favorite theme park, EPCOT. But I'll also share why wait times don't tell the whole story at EPCOT, what the rest of that story is, and what strategies you can take to avoid those crowded days at EPCOT. Let's take a journey into imagination and wait time data, shall we? So first of all, why aren't wait times the end-all be-all at EPCOT? Wait times have a strong correlation with crowds. Longer waits mean more people in the park, and shorter waits mean less people. But for most of the year, EPCOT has a huge draw that doesn't report wait times: the festivals, like Food and Wine and Flower and Garden. Locals come in droves to eat and drink around World Showcase, especially on the weekends. So how does that impact our recommendations? The best days to visit EPCOT: Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Since we just talked about festival crowds, let's talk about the weekend at EPCOT. Looking at recent history, Saturdays and Sundays have the lowest wait times at EPCOT, with Sundays having the shortest wait time 5 out of the last 7 months in 2022. If you're visiting during a non-festival weekend, which is rare these days, both Saturday and Sunday are great days for EPCOT. But you can still make the weekend work at EPCOT during the festivals with this strategy. I'd opt for Sunday rather than Saturday because it will most likely be a little less crowded. Tackle the rides in World Showcase right after opening before the crowds arrive. The festival crowds will be most heavily concentrated around the back half of the park, where most of the food booths are, especially in the afternoon and the evening. So during that time, go on the rides in the front half of the park. If you want to hit up the festival food booths, do that right after they open or during uncommon eating hours like late afternoon or right before park closing. If you don't mind navigating the crowded walkways, you can actually get a lot done at EPCOT even if the park feels slammed. And if you don't even want to bother with those festival crowds, Thursdays are a great day for EPCOT. They had the shortest wait time twice in 2022. On Thursdays, you'll get a good mix of lower than average wait times without the crush of humanity all eating small plates over trash cans. Trust me, I've been there, no shame. Wednesdays are a good alternative if Thursday doesn't work for your schedule. And Friday is a trickier recommendation. Friday mornings and early afternoons are great at EPCOT. However, during festival weeks, locals will start showing up around 4 p.m. This is especially true if the festival concert features a really popular band like Boyz II Men. If you have a park hopper, do Friday morning at EPCOT and then hop away to another park. If you have a single day ticket, then I'd choose Thursday or Wednesday for EPCOT. We've covered the best. Now what about the rest? And by the rest, I mean the worst, because we have a 3-part answer here. The worst day to visit EPCOT: Monday. Monday had the longest wait time 9 out of 12 months in 2022. That's 75% of the time. This has been true looking at the last 4 years as well, but this has been exacerbated since Disney started hosting extended evening hours at EPCOT on Mondays. If you're eligible for this perk that lets you stay in the park 2 hours past closing, then you should take advantage of it and go to EPCOT on Monday, especially if you can park hop there in the evening for the lower crowds. For all other guests, avoid EPCOT on Mondays. The first days of an EPCOT festival. I know I just walked you through how you can make crowded festival weekends work at EPCOT, but there are certain days that are worse than others, namely the first few days and first weekend after a festival is running. Locals and influencers and YouTubers will all flock to the festival to try the new offerings and or make hashtag content. Lines will be craziest during these initial days, but will die down after a week or so. What kind of person makes content about Disney World anyway? And finally, the other worst days to visit EPCOT: runDisney race weekends. Even if you have no plans on running a half marathon, you should pay attention to the runDisney schedule. runDisney hosts its post-race party at EPCOT. While the party starts at 10 p.m., Runners and their guests can enter the park as early as 5 p.m. EPCOT will be packed with people who are fit, extremely motivated, and looking to carbo load after the big race. There's just no way to beat them in line for the Figment popcorn bucket. Steer clear of EPCOT on these weekends. Before I sign off, there is one important thing to note. These are general recommendations and will work better some months than others. On guidetowdw.com, I have a write-up with even more data that shows you how things land month by month. If you want the full detailed breakdown to help you best plan your Disney World vacation, hit the link in the description. And be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss our other videos on the best and worst days to visit each park. I already posted Magic Kingdom, but Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom will be coming to you shortly. And one of them will be right here. Hope you have a fun day in the parks, and I'll see you real soon.